If you're running a business in India, you know your website is basically your digital storefront. But what happens if you're not maintaining it? Well, that storefront could be crumbling without you even realizing it. So today we're going to break down the real cost of website maintenance for 2025, and I'll explain why it's probably one of the most critical investments you can make for your business.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Is your website a ticking time bomb? I know, it sounds super dramatic, right? But honestly, if you're not actively maintaining it, you could be heading for a major problem. And this isn't just about spending money. It's about managing risk. Because the reality is, the old set it and forget it approach to websites, it's officially dead. The digital world just moves way too fast now, and what worked perfectly last year might literally break your site this year. So, why is this whole set and forget thing such a disaster? Well, to put it simply, neglect is just incredibly costly in the long run.
Think of it like a domino effect. First, a plugin breaks. No big deal, right? Wrong, because now your site starts to slow down, frustrating your visitors. And as your code gets more and more outdated, these little security gaps start to widen, basically putting up a hacker's welcome sign. And finally, Google notices all this chaos, and boom, your SEO rankings tank. Suddenly, you're invisible. See, it's not just about being online, it's about actually staying competitive.
Okay, so let's get to the big question. What is the 2025 price tag? Let's talk numbers and break down exactly what maintenance should cost here in India.
As you can see, the costs really scale with how complex and how critical your site is. So if you just have a basic portfolio site, it's pretty simple. You're looking at maybe 2,500 to 5,000 rupees a month. But a WordPress business site, that's got more moving parts, pushing the cost up to around 10,000. Now, for an e-commerce store where uptime and security are everything, you're investing between $10,000 and $20,000. And for those big custom-built apps, the sky's the limit. You could easily pass 50,000 a month. These are ballpark figures, of course, so just find where your business fits on this chart.
Now, if you want a simple rule of thumb, here it is. Aim to reinvest about 3 to 5% of your website's monthly revenue right back into its own maintenance. Think of it this way. You're protecting the very asset that's generating that income for you. If you're spending less than that, you're probably underinvesting. It's as simple as that.
So what are you actually paying for? It's not just about keeping the lights on. Let's unpack the real value behind that price tag. A good comprehensive plan really covers 3 key areas. First up is defense. We're talking core updates, constant security monitoring, and regular backups. This is what protects you from data loss and attacks. Second is performance, page speed optimization, and technical SEO audits to keep your site fast and, visible on Google. And finally, there's support, usability testing, fixing those little bugs. This ensures a smooth, professional experience for your customers. It's basically a complete health plan for your website.
And this is where things get really interesting. For 2025, website maintenance is getting a massive upgrade, all thanks to AI. It's making the entire process smarter and way more proactive.
Just look at this fundamental shift. The old way was always reactive. You'd get an alert after your site was already down. The new AI-powered way, it's proactive. It can actually predict downtime before it even happens. Instead of you manually searching for SEO issues or security flaws, AI is scanning 24/7, detecting weird anomalies, and scoring vulnerabilities in real time. This is the huge difference between fixing problems and preventing them entirely.
And the impact here is massive. AI isn't just some buzzword. These tools are cutting down the manual grunt work by up to 60%. But the real magic? They detect issues before they can impact a single user, which protects both your revenue and your reputation.
Okay, so all this information brings you to a crossroads. You've really got 3 main choices for how to handle your website maintenance. Let's walk through them. Your options really just boil down to a trade-off. You can go the DIY route. It saves money for sure, but it's going to cost you a ton of time and, let's be honest, it carries a high risk of you breaking something. Then there's the middle ground, hiring a freelancer. It's more affordable than an agency, but you're kind of betting on one person's skill and hoping they're available when you need them. Or you can partner with an agency. It costs the most upfront, yeah, but you're paying for a full team, proactive support, and, most importantly, peace of mind to focus on your actual business. So here's the bottom line. If your website is absolutely mission critical, if it's how you get all your leads or sales, then an agency often becomes the most cost-effective choice in the long run. That higher cost is actually buying you security and reliability.
So what's the smart path forward? Well, it's not about spending more. It's about spending wisely to get the absolute most value for your money. You can actually reduce your costs with 5 really smart habits. First, choose a reliable platform from day one. That alone will save you so many future headaches.
Second, automate everything you can, backups, monitoring to save on manual labor. Third, consolidate your plugins. Fewer moving parts means fewer things can go wrong. Fourth, give your team clear monthly goals so they know exactly what to focus on. And finally, keep an eye on your analytics. They'll often tell you something's wrong before your site actually breaks.
At the end of the day, the smartest investment you can make is always in prevention, not reaction. A plan that includes preventative tasks will always be cheaper than just paying for one emergency fix after another. I mean, a health checkup is always cheaper than emergency surgery, right? Same idea.
So, I'll just leave you with this one final thought. Your website works for you around the clock, 24/7. It never sleeps. It's always out there representing your brand. So the real question is, are you truly investing in its health, its security, and its continued success?